Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? You know, we would live up to age 100 and we would be working until age 80. So let's redesign your life. As you know, this month I was in Rome and Paris on business. I am in a beauty and health skincare business. And it's always so much fun to go to Italy and France, especially Paris could be a girl's best friend other than Diamond. And after you enjoy and study Europe, it's time to prepare for tax refund. If you happen to do a lot of shoppings, tax refund is a great idea. I am wondering when United States will do that ever. But the tax refund is something that when you do shopping in the Euro, in the EU area, except foods item, but other than that, if you spend money on cosmetics or clothing or purse, anything like that, and then you could get tax refund, usually up to about 12%. If you request a tax refund, goes to your credit card. That's better rate, about 12%. But also, you can request tax refund in cash. And that could be done at the airport. So today I'm going to share with you how I did it in Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. And this is my suggestion, but every time you go to Europe, and if you happen to visit multiple cities, I highly recommend you to make Paris as your last destination before you fly back home. Why? Because usually girls love to do shopping in Paris, and I think it is better to save shopping at the end. In other words, if you happen to do shopping in Paris, beginning of your tour or in the middle of the tour, then you have to carry all those items during the rest of your trip. And you might have a risk of being stolen, or your baggage could be lost. And again, it's so much trouble to carry so many things during your tour. So that's why, as much as possible, try to have Paris as your last destination before you fly back home. And then in Paris, every time, or not only Paris, but any EU countries, they have some requirement. It used to be like 100 euro per day per store, but I think now they go up to maybe 170 euros per store per day. So it is a good idea if you want to have multiple small items in one particular store, do it in the same day. That's better, so that your receipt will be over 170 euros. And then if you buy more than 170 euros, then the store will prepare you the tax refund form. So that means when you go shopping, you need to carry your passport, or at least a Xerox copy of your passport, or the picture of your passport, like that, so that the store people can prepare the paper for you. So now, your departure date, you come to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, and usually it is Terminal 2E. Terminal 2E is their version of international terminal, and most of the airlines flying out of France to Asia, Japan, or back to the United States, they depart from Terminal 2E. So I'm going to share with you my experience in the Terminal 2E this month. So when you are standing in front of Terminal 2E, this tax refund department is about right side of that entire terminal. So once you go into the terminal, go toward right. And then you see this blue signage. It says D-tax or tax refund. So you go there. Oh, but before you go there, sorry, you have to go to your airline counter. Airline counter, don't check in the baggage yet, but you only have to get boarding pass. You know why? Because to get the tax refund, you must have your passport and boarding ticket, and sometimes they ask you to show you the item you purchased. That's why don't check in the suitcase yet, but just get the boarding pass. So you have those documents ready. Once again, passport, boarding tickets, and the D-tax tax refund forms, and your items already packed in your suitcase, but don't check in the suitcase yet. Then you go to this D-tax tax refund area. And when you go there, in the terminal 2E, it looks like this. On the right-hand side, there are kiosks or automated machine like that. And on the left-hand side, they have actual officer, tax refund officer. So you first go to this kiosk, and you see the big screen, and there are about 9 flags or 9 languages. So if you are English-speaking person, the English is on the upper left-hand corner. And the China or Chinese-speaking people, that's the left-hand side, but the middle. And then the Japanese is right in the middle center. So anyhow, so you can select the language, and then you just follow the instruction. What it does is, you see this kiosk machine, and then on below this screen with so many, flags or languages, you see the black box. That's the scanner of barcode. So on every tax refund form the store or boutique prepare for you, on the upper right hand corner, the paper has a barcode. So you show that barcode, scan the barcode with that black area. And then if it's scanned successfully, you see a green box and with a check mark saying successfully read. And you just keep doing that. You put out the paper from the envelope, you scan it, and if it's successful, you put the paper back in the envelope and you move on to the next envelope. So just like that. And when you finish scanning, then you just, press complete and follow the instruction. Now, if you get all the tax refund papers prepared in France, usually this will be it. However, if you happen to be traveling other countries and France happen to be the last country that you are flying out back home, then most likely you will be carrying the tax paper prepared by other countries. And in that case, the barcode may or may not be scanned. If it's scanned, fine, you can move on. But if it is not scanned, or they say, cannot scan, or please go see officer, then you have to go to the left side. I didn't take the picture, but it's just opposite side of this kiosk machine. There are windows and there is an officer. So let's see, I can show you the picture like this. Okay, so this is the other side of the kiosk. And you see in this picture, the right hand side, you see the window and it looks like there's people in a black uniform. So those are the tax department or police. I don't know which department they belong to, but they are the tax officers. So you go there and you show them that documents cannot be scanned, and also show your boarding pass and the passport. And depending on the merchandise, sometimes the officer asks you to show them that merchandise that you bought and you are bringing back to your home country. See, that's why it's a good idea. Don't check in your baggage yet. Just get the boarding pass from the airline counter, but you must have the item just packed in your suitcase, just in case. And after the officer review your paper, he will stamp it. Make sure you get stamp, because without the stamp or chop, you don't get tax refund. So after you did everything, they put the documents back. But one last thing, each boutique or store gives you 2 copies. One is the original that has to be stamped or scanned, and that original has to be put back in the envelope and drop off. You see in this picture here, on your left hand side, you see kind of 3 blue boxes. That's like a mailbox. That's where you put the envelope down. And then the store gives you your copy to keep. So make sure you keep that copy yourself. And then also, it is a good idea, the night before your departure date, when you are packing your stuff, just take out your customer copy out of that tax envelope so that you don't get confused. Because usually I'm good at it, but this time, because I got so excited, I had such a great time in Rome. My mind was still occupied by Rome and Italian, beauty products and Italian foods. I totally forgot about my copy of tax refund. This was the first time in 30 years I've been traveling back and forth to Europe, but really my first time, I missed it. So guess what? I put my copy and the original, I put everything there. So all I have to do right now is just I have to pray that I get tax refund, because right now I don't have any proof. I put all of my copies there and I send it back. So I just have to keep praying hard. And when you request tax refund back to your credit card, it could take somewhere between 1 and 3 months. So you just have to keep checking your credit card statement and make sure there are tax refund credit or something. But again, it's a good idea, or you should separate your customer copy and keep it with you. But I don't know, I just got so excited. I had such a great time in Rome this time, so I totally forgot about it. After I scanned my paper, I put everything in the envelope, and that's what I did. Okay, that's all for today. So next time you go to Europe, I hope you really enjoy, have a great time. But if you do shopping, make sure and don't forget this tax refund document process. It's very easy, okay? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Au revoir.